before I said let's fight.
No, that's impossible.
By the way.
BT Dubs is BTW. I'm gonna bust you up. Nope, I'm not coming down. Where am I? Help! Milk! Chance got $5.
The champ got 5 on it.
Back where it came from. Oh,
Back where it came.
ah, here we go. Oh, fun. Oh, God.
Oh, I tried to go in jump low. Don't hold me.
Hello, YouTube. Welcome to the First of 50 podcast, episode 47. I know you're tired, Meshy. I got you. Don't worry. Pop fly averted.
Thank you. Yeah. Woof. Oh, God.
Not athleticism, anything but that. Okay.
I'm tired of running my mouth. You take over.
Well, we're going straight to you because apparently you have a food update for us.
Oh, yeah. And trying to keep up with the one segment we did last time. I discovered the snack aisle at my Aldi's.
Okay, what snack did you partake in?
Well, so they are, there's two of them. I already ate one of the bags, so I only have one of them right now. It's Clancy's covered pretzels. The first one I got was cookies and cream, and the other one is strawberries and cream. They're fucking delicious.
Oh my fucking god, look at these fucking things.
They're like, and you know what the best part is that they actually look like that on the inside of the bag. Like, it's like an actual picture instead of just be like, oh, they're just like white chocolate pretzels. No, they're like, man, I can't even.
They got the little
describe.
cookie
They're
bits
like,
on them, and there's
yeah.
little.
And there's a lot in here, and they were like $1.39. It was such a steal that I bought 2 bags. They're just really, really fucking good. I have decided to go to Aldi's more.
Uh-huh.
And every snack that I have bought from Aldi's, I have not been disappointed with so far.
So you're saying the Germans have quality?
Yes. Yes, they do. Quality and cheap, affordable prices.
That quarter you put into the thing to get yourself a shopping cart is actually saving you money, not having to pay the extra price to have a guy on staff to go into the parking lot and bring them in himself.
I actually made a quarter the last time I went there. Because someone walked out of the store and said, "Do you want my cart?" And I was like, "Yes." Free
Yes.
quarter.
Nice. You know, it's all about saving a buck and being able to buy more cookies and cream covered pretzels. I might have to try these. Why does the Clancy's logo look so much like Raising Cane's logo?
Actually, yeah, it does kind of look like that, doesn't it?
It's my fat ass like seeing. It's the C.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
No, it's
Clancy's
just so people don't think I'm
cookies and
crazy. See it like Clancy's Canes. Clancy's Cane. It's the red background, the white font, the big C.
No, you're. It's accurate, yeah.
It's
But, I mean, they don't taste fake. That's what I was trying to think of. Is like they actually taste like they're made of like real ingredients and not just like flavorings of ingredients. And
oh
the pretzels
yes.
are good.
Oh yeah. It's hard to beat a good covered pretzels.
Yeah.
Tom
Milk,
Clancy's
I
Cookies and
appreciate
Cream.
that one.
That's crazy.
It's
Imagine
so good.
imagine Reacher like getting addicted to them and having a bad guy shoot the bag out and he goes on a murder spree just because it's the last bag.
And then like at the end of the season, he just gets really fat on these pretzels.
What have you been eating? I found these pretzels in a Aldi's. Oh, I miss Reacher. That was such a good show. I almost want to rewatch it. Well, it's not the fact that
It'll
Reacher
be
was good. It was like so deathly serious that it was like fun to make fun of.
well, yeah, it was just a big goofy fucking show just to have fun with.
Oh, hello, Kira. How are you tonight? Hope you're doing well. We're having a wonderful podcast. So you had your food update. I had my food update. So I decided to hit up a local pizza joint.
Oh, okay.
Might not have heard of it. It's called Domino's.
Yeah.
So I got, how do I say this? I got 2 large pizzas and I got some stuffed cheesy bread, okay?
Okay.
So I was streaming, and before stream, I ate a large pizza, hand tossed. Um, and, well, it's their hand tossed extravaganza. You know, it's the Supreme with a bunch of stuff on it. I like pizza
Yeah.
toppings. They're fun. You know, it's, well, let's get a wonderful picture of it. This is a nice, pretty picture. Why not? This is totally exactly what I ate and not you know. So I ate this pizza, and it was wonderful. They actually, so my local pizza joint, Domino's, sometimes forgets to put like the garlic, butter, whatever stuff on the crust, and it's kind of boring. They didn't this time, and it was great. So I ate that pizza, proceeded to start streaming, and then my chat decided to call me like, how the fuck are you still awake after eating that? And I was like, what do you mean? I just ate the large pizza. Proceeded to
know
try to
you.
fat shame me. And we were running dungeons in the first Ascendant, and then I would sneak away in between runs to start eating the second large pizza.
I'll show you. I'm gonna double down.
You know, and I would tell them, like, I'm going to go refill my water. Proceed to swallow a slice. Okay, I got my 5th water of the night.
Like roll it into like a tiny burrito and just shove it down your gullet like a fucking snake.
You know, I wish that my local pizza joint, Domino's, would, you know, I wish they would sponsor me. I'm right here. I'm waiting. You know, so that, you know, I may or may not have eaten a large pizza and a half in a night just because
like Domino's is like a guilty pleasure where you're just like, that's the pizza I would go to if I wanted like not like a you know, like a family owned pizzeria or something like that.
Because I've got a couple places around me, like DeLuca's and like Problem Child Pizza, that is absolutely phenomenal. Sometimes I just need fast food pizza that I can have in literally 10 minutes because I can just input the order and drive. It's right next to me. It's, you know, it's one of those things where like you eat it and then like you walk away and then you look back at it and you're like, I could eat more, right? And you're like,
Yeah,
I'm done for the night. And then you're like, you walk back into the kitchen and you're like, yeah, I could have another slice. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know. You know, whatever. So that was nice. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Did I eat anything else? Oh, so I ran out of food in my house. So I went to go buy some food, and I found that they were selling ground chicken, a 3-pound value pack for like $10. And I was like, that's like $3.33 a pound. That's amazing. So I proceeded, I could cook all of this and eat it over like 3 days, and I'll be like set. So I have this new nice pot, and I proceeded to cook up 3 pounds of ground chicken with all the taco seasoning, everything. Meshi, that 3 pounds of chicken didn't make it a day and a half.
Yeah, I knew that's where the story was headed.
I bought a 30 pack of corn tortillas. Those went also. It was so good. Like, you just heat up the tortilla. Well, I was kind of hovering over the pot. I didn't make plates. I just kind of grabbed a tortilla, heated it up in a pan, and then it was kind of like an assembly line of me filling a tortilla with just meat and then pouring salsa over the top. I had a medium like jar of salsa. It also went with all of it. It was so nice. I was Is this just like straight man behavior where I just stood over the pot and proceeded to make the food over the pot because it'd be too timely to like grab a plate and start assembling food just to dirty another dish, so I just ate over the pot?
I love how you have to try and convince yourself that this will make it the rest of the week. You're like, this is enough food for the rest
It's a
of the week.
lie I told to myself.
It's never true.
Speaking of lies we tell ourselves, so me and Yatra played Fortnite on Fortnite Fridays. You were sorely missed. We just pretty much yapped the whole time. And
Yeah, I caught some of it.
I made myself 2 cups of rice, which turns into 4 cooked in my new rice cooker that I found out's a slow cooker. I don't need to buy a crock pot. It's got a dual function as a crock pot. Big fancy. So I don't have to buy one. Anyways, I made 4 cups of rice cooked, right? I was like, well, I'll eat 2 cups of rice with 5 eggs. Because I went Saitama. I was like, I don't have any more chicken because I ate it all. I'll just eat eggs over rice like Saitama, and I'll just make it work. Let me just cook up 5 eggs. And then like 2 cups of rice, good ratio. Again, I lied to myself. I wasn't going to save that rice for afterwards or like for tomorrow for fried rice. It didn't make it. And I just made another bowl while starting the stream. And that new rice cooker cooks it up immaculately. Yes, Meshi?
The amount of food that you consume is it's always hilarious because oh shit, because I know in the background you must be like working out like a madman to become the golden Adonis that you fucking are, or you're just genetically lucky, you fucking asshole.
Well, I wake up in the morning and I do 200 push-ups. I have this rug by my bed. Well, I have a big rug by my bed, so I roll out of bed and I just start doing push-ups like 50 at a time. Sometimes I get bored and like watch stuff on the ground, looking at my phone, and do another 50, and then I look at my phone while I'm like face down on the ground.
Then you do like a 10-kilometer run and then some basic strength training.
Well, okay, here's the thing. I've been moving out of an apartment slowly because I had to get out of my lease. So they're like, you have like 60 days. And I was like, okay, well, I'll slowly just move out. 60 days goes really fast.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I have like an hour's worth of work to do. Like everything's in the living room, ready to go. I just have to pick it up, put it in my truck, drive it over to the house. Yesterday, I was doing that for 5 hours.
Can't believe you have so much stuff.
It's just the fact that I had to break. I have this big pull-up bar rack thing that I can do like pull-ups and like dips and stuff. It's a whole like giant metal thing. I had to break that down. I had to break down my exercise bike to get it out the door. I had to move a queen-size mattress by myself to the dumpster. I just had a lot of bullshit that I just didn't expect would take a lot of time. It ended up taking a lot of time. So, anyways, me and Yatra played Fortnite, and we were just yapping most of the time. Decided to lock in for one game, and we got the Victory Royale. Easy peasy.
Did Yatra live?
She died the one that we won. I don't want to say they're mutually exclusive, but it was really funny, though. There's one where we were yapping a lot, and I got ambushed by 3 people and died instantly. Yatra proceeded to try to like take pot shots from far away, turned around, ran into a tree, got stuck, and shot in the back. It was really funny.
Oh my gosh. Yatra and trees just don't have a good
No,
track
no,
record.
Not it just nope, it just doesn't work.
Cue the
So,
clip.
cue the clip. All right, so let's get into our weeks. We play a lot of video games here, and we watch anime and stuff, and movies, and we talk about it on this podcast that we've been yapping on for 15 minutes now. So of course I played the first Descendant. I'm currently number 2 on the boss battle. We have less than a second to take off of our time to be number 1.
Is first place aware? Are they gonna be like, oh shit? I gotta cancel my
Get
work.
this. Listen to me loud and clear.
Okay.
So this 7 guy, he was here last time. I told about his quote unquote girlfriend coming into my stream and being like,
Oh, it's the same guy. Okay.
this is him. Guess what happened?
He came back.
No, his girlfriend came to my stream and said that he saw the thing and whatever. He came to my stream this time. And he was looking. So I think he saw that I got that low of a time with a non-crit build and was like, wait, what's he doing over there? How's he taking off time? And I proceeded to look like a Neanderthal. And I was like, I don't know how to build. And he left. And I was like, yes. Saving that shit for nationals, baby.
The fuck's he doing over there? Fucking, he's not copying my build. How is he doing this?
Yeah, it's like,
How is he catching up?
So we'll see if we get there. Shout outs to Lord 7. I am at the cusp of greatness. We'll see. Also, there was a bunny update. Meshy, she's really fun.
Did they like change her skills? Is that why this?
They
poster
changed
is
one
here?
of her skills. They gave her a flying Bruce Lee Wata kick.
Oh my gosh, that's
So there's a build where she runs to build her bar up to reset the cooldown of her Wata kick. And when she Wata kicks, an AoE circle goes out for millions of damage. So I am literally just in my mind just running around, and every single time it's just Wata! Because I've been watching Fist of the North Star. I play Jam. I love Bruce Lee. So it's just running around and kicking, and it's so fun. So shout outs to Kung Fu Bunny.
That's cool.
Yeah, so
That's really neat.
Yeah. So I'm a fan of the new bunny build. I haven't tried the gun. They gave her a gun build also. I haven't tried that one out. I like the kick one too much, so I'm probably just gonna be playing the kick build.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you do the kick build? Fuck the guns. I can kick people.
Yeah.
You know, one day Ajax will get that charge. Coming
One
years
day.
down the line.
Yeah. Hey, we made it 2 years and the game's still alive. I'm doing my part. Also, Keelan got a blade skin.
Oh.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. So I did my part and I bought it for 1,000 caliber, which I think is like $20 or something.
Okay.
But it looks really good.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. And look at this thing, Meshy.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, I can see why you would get it.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So he's got this mobbing
there can only
build.
ever be one Kalen.
So he's got this mobbing build where he runs around and he builds his bar up, and then for a short amount of time, I think it's like 4 seconds, he has unlimited dashes, and you dash through the enemy to hit them. So you build the bar up, and it's this weird, like, I feel like one of those Zoomers playing like Valorant or like Apex, like flicking the wrist to like turn around. Like I have to turn around 180 degrees. So like once I proc it, it's like dash through, dash through, dash through, dash through. It's really fun because you're having to like snap back the other way and dash that way. So it's kind of fun. I've been enjoying messing around with him. And it's all because of the blade skin. And I was like, perfect. They finally did it.
Oh, that must be painful to do on controller. To like
Oh,
snap
I don't.
back like
Yeah, I
that.
don't think you could, honestly. Um. Also, so there's a point in a man's life where he gets dragged back into anime, right?
Right.
Like every so often for like for people who don't like follow seasonal anime, which I can't stand to do. There's always a show that will bring me back to start watching some anime. Like Attack on Titan was a huge one. Um, what else were like big animes that brought like people back?
Probably any of the big ones, right? Like
Like Demon Slayer, I guess.
the Demon Slayer. I couldn't think of the damn name of it. Demon Slayer, the new Bleach episodes where they finally dropped, probably did it.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't Boruto.
Bro, it definitely wasn't Boruto. Are you one of those people who be like, it should have just ended?
Yeah. Yeah. Or at least been cooler than what it is.
Yeah. Well, back in like 2008 and 9, everyone like got into zombies. Everyone had like The Walking Dead or whatever, and it created zombie craze. I didn't watch The Walking Dead. I watched High School of the Dead. Well, after like 15 years or some bullshit, they released a new High School of the Dead game.
A game?
It's a
Interesting.
phone tower defense game.
Of course, it's a phone game. Continue.
You can play it for free in your browser. Now, if you
Okay.
know what these games are, they tend to be centered around getting money from you, like to pay for the energy, for gems to buy equipment, to, buy gotcha rolls. That's how these games are set up. They're predatory and made to take your money, right?
Right.
Most of them are centered around the idea of giving you a bunch of stuff to do, making you run through your energy, and then pay them to restore your energy to keep playing the game, right?
Right.
This game is the opposite of that.
It's trying to get you to not play it.
Normally, when you start these games, like you do the level, you clear the level, you're like, oh, awesome, I got like 5 stars and all the rewards. I'm moving on to the next mission, right?
Right.
These missions are so fucking difficult. I got through like 4 of them in multiple hours.
Ugh. Okay.
So they're trying to get you to pay up front to play, which normally they try to like lead you in and be like, like, hey, aren't you having fun? Don't you have more fun? This one's like, you're in the zombie apocalypse. Fuck you and pay us and you might live.
But is it sexy?
Yeah, it is. So what is kind of fun is you randomly get some of the characters and you can have up to 5. And then every level up, you choose of 3 random skills to enhance like the abilities of like main guy's got a gun. You can have exploding bullets. Or you can add to his shots per skill, but the damage goes down by 20%. Like there's trade-offs. So it's not even all power. Sometimes they're like, we'll give you, more ricochets on your bullets, but the damage goes down. So they almost want you to pay to then re-roll to see if there's better rolls to get. It was one of the most like, I was just there to be like, I remember the anime. I had fun. Let me know. So it's the little things. I did the investigative journalism to see what this High School of the Dead video game was all about.
I
And it was
decided
tough.
it wasn't for you.
I haven't given up yet. I just played one day of it.
Oh.
It's really challenging. I'm not going to spend money, but
Is it challenging in a fun way, or is it
not
just
really.
challenging?
Well, it's just a tower defense. So you're just kind of like getting a character. You start off with your guy, and then once you kill enough zombies, it's like level up, and then you get a chance to pick from random High School of the Dead characters. Then you pick one, or you just upgrade the current one you have, and then you just kind of build it. It's just an auto battle thing, right? Zombies come down in waves, and your people like shoot at them, or like the nurse lady. She actually calls out Humvees that go in a straight line, and they just do like AoE damage as they drive in a straight line, and you can like upgrade how many Humvees roll out every time she does the skill. So you can kind of cover the screen if you want in a wall of Humvees that slow the zombies down and hit all of them. I was playing it while watching shows, so I would never play this thing if I wasn't actively watching something else. That makes sense?
Yeah, it's just something to keep your hands occupied while your brain's thinking about other things.
Yeah, I'm just kind of watching this thing, and it's like, oh, it paused to level up. Do that one, and go back to watching the show. So we had a little video game come out called Dead or Alive 6 Last Round. Essentially what this game is just DOA 6 all over again with a new lighting engine that they're testing for the next DOA that they're developing. Pretty much. So they've repackaged it. They're selling it for like $50. I think it's $49.99. All the DLC is available from the previous game. And you can, all the DLC that you previously bought, except for an exception, is available. It transferred over. Like I bought costumes from Neo Tengu in the regular DOA 6. They're available in Last Round. There's a little bit of a controversy, if you will. Mai Shiranui and Kula from King of Fighters is in DOA 6, right?
Right.
If you bought them for DOA 6, they don't transfer over. You have to repurchase them.
Oh.
So that is kind of tough because they had to renew the license to put them in this Last Round version of the game, and that DLC doesn't transfer over.
I see.
So that's two characters and their outfits that you don't get if you previously already bought them.
That's probably a lot of money to get all that
like
back.
$20 for the character. I think their character like bundles with like 4 outfits is like $10 per character. So yeah, it's a little bit. Now you played you're playing the version that no one is talking about, which they are talking about, which is Core Fighters. So there's a free version of the game, and you can purchase individual characters in this game. Meshi, how much did you pay to play the champ in this game?
$7.99.
I know. So for someone like you,
yeah.
For someone like you, this doesn't really affect. Like you're like, sure, I pay more for a sandwich than I did for the champ for the second time.
I didn't have to pay for the champ the first time. It was one of the 4 free characters.
Oh my fucking god, he was free.
Yeah.
So coming off of you heard me complain about Tekken's rank system and how that's currently going.
Yeah.
Apparently a lot of people, I didn't realize this. I thought it might have been an echo chamber. A lot of people are experiencing the exact same thing. And it's gotten to the point now where like if you want matches, you kind of have to join like a Tekken Discord and like look for people to play that way.
Oh
and
my god.
And I don't want to do that. Like if you want seriously like to like improve at a game, you need to go find people, even though there's thousands online. Most of them are either Wi-Fi, cheating, or one and dunning, or smurfing. And it's like, okay. Now I played ranked in this game, found matches. they were fun. I might have beaten the shit out of some people, but it was fun. Well, I was playing a Hanukkah player. We went 2-1, right? We ran the set, best of 3. They did some stuff that I adapted to. They adapted to some of the stuff that I was doing. We went back and forth, and I beat them. Boom. I played a Marie Rose player. It was convincing 3 rounds. That person left, and I was like, fair enough. I kind of just steamrolled them. Whatever, I queued up for the rematch. I'm good with it. I'll run the set. I'm not going to steamroll you and leave immediately just to run a flow chart again or something. And I'll be honest. Playing this game, it just feels better to play. Like, to hit buttons and everything feels more fluid. Like, maybe you'll be able to compare this when Yujiro comes out in Tekken. I feel like moving around in DOA feels better than it does moving around in Tekken. Tekken's very stiff. We just played like 25 games or something.
Yeah, half of a first to 50.
I had a blast. It's been a long time since I've just pressed buttons in a fighting game and giggled.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to push buttons in this game. And there's so many button combinations to push. You just always find a new move.
Little did you know, one of your buttons was just the taunt button, and we were like, what does that do? I thought it might have been like a muscle stance where like you absorbed a hit or something. No, Meshi was just pressing the taunt button.
It's not labeled. You get like three different taunts depending on the direction. I didn't realize it was the taunt button that whole time.
That's character love. You get multiple taunts based on what direction you press, Like, Zack has some funny taunts. He can actually have a taunt where if you are, like, you're on the ground, he can jump on top of you and, like, do a pose on top of you with the taunt button.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I love that. That's great.
Bass has taunt cancels that lead into command grabs and lariats. Okay. There might be tech. But I don't know. This just enjoyable. I'm just glad to have DOA back again. And the Steam charts weren't insane. Like, they peaked out at like under 1,000, I think, or whatever. But people bought the game and are playing it. So I don't know. This game is just fun. I just enjoy playing it. So I'm glad it's back. So you played some of this week, Meshi?
Yeah, I did. I bought the champ and immediately. Well, not immediately. I did like a couple ranked matches just to see. I think only the people that know how to play this game have bought it, or I don't think there's anyone like me who's just there to push a button or whatever. At least not in ranked anyway, because somebody of the same rank very clearly knew the ins and out of this game. But it was fun to push buttons. Like, it instantly felt almost nostalgic to play that character again, because he's just dumb and
fun and silly.
So he's just dumb, fun, and silly, and I really pissed that person off because like they were steamrolling me, and then I got one round in, and I think they like cracked their neck, and they're like, "All right, we're doing this."
All right, buddy, and you're like, "Got one, bitch," with your bloody face.
I didn't hear no bell.
Yeah, I don't know how many new people will be coming into the series. Now, I was playing, they felt around my skill level, or maybe a little newer. But
oh no, the unfortunate people that I fought like very clearly knew everything that my character did, because the next button that I would press, instant parry every time.
Oh, so they were just like, they knew the string that you were gonna do, and they just were like, bam, 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 and you're like, Oh.
I was like, oh, this is not. We're F minus. What the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah. You did you play like day one? Because I tried to download this game. It took forever. I gave up, put it on pause, played the first Ascendant, came back to it, finished the download, and played the game like the next day or the day after that.
I think I played it on Tuesday. I definitely didn't play it day one.
Okay, so I probably played it after you. I wonder if those sweaty people who had like picked up the game had gotten out of my league by the time I jumped in. Because I only did like 2 or 3 ranked matches, I think. No, I only did the 2. I did the set with Hanukkah, and I beat that Marie Rose player, and then I was like, that's fun. Because I did it at like 3 in the morning or something.
Oh. But this game is really fun to play.
Well, I'm glad to hear because I'm excited. It's been so long since a new one has happened. I'm glad that it's on the pipeline to come out and that we have this newer version of the game. That's the other bad thing. They delisted the old one.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Like, I get it. It's like, oh, we want everybody to play in the same place, but it's also Corbo. We want you to buy the game again. Here it is.
Yeah.
But it's also free. And you can also buy your character for $8. I think it's one of the first fighting games to really do this model of like, it's almost like MOBA-esque, I guess, where like you can buy the one you want to play and just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get it for free. You get this character you're definitely gonna hate, and then you could, buy who you want. I guess
Who were
Grand Blue did that, right?
Yeah, they did that where you could play as Gran and you had a free boy icon and
Yeah.
they had rotating characters and then I think you could purchase them. So Grand Blue versus Rising did it also. I don't know if regular Grand Blue did it.
I don't think regular Grand Blue did it because I never played regular Grand Blue.
Yeah. I think because I think DOA might have been one of the first ones to try this model. I wonder how successful it is. I don't know genuinely, but I'm pleased. I'm pleased that it's Also, they're going to be adding characters. By the way, they're going to be there's plans for like a new character to get released. So
Ooh. Is it
don't
gonna
know
be a
who.
mage personality of one of the other characters?
It's probably going to be one of the characters from the Venus Vacation beach volleyball games that we didn't get here. Which I did a deep dive on that. Because I played the DOA beach volleyball games. Well, the first 3. We didn't get one of them here in the States. Now, someone could correct me if this is wrong, but as far as I could tell, this is what happened. What happened was, because you know the new Stellar Blade coming out.
Yes.
There's droves and droves of people who are complaining about the protagonist, and apparently people are trying to report the game to credit card companies as porn or something, and that's causing hangups or something like. And apparently that's what happened with Dead or Alive and why they didn't reach the West afterward and why they didn't release it here. It was a whole thing. I ended up getting out of the rabbit hole. I was like, there's too much going on here. But anyways. So I assume, I was forgetting, I was like, I'm tired. I was like, where am I going with this? Oh, I assume it's going to be one of the girls from the Venus Vacation games because that's who Tamaki is, that blue-haired girl there on the right.
Yeah.
She's from that. and they added her to DOA 6. So I assume they're gonna take another one of those girls from that Venus Vacation game and probably put her in DOA. I assume.
Probably a safe bet. They're probably gonna pull the women.
The women, they tend to sell, but also the champ has a ninja costume for $1.99. That's more than I pay for bacon on my sandwich. So
Yeah, I mean, if I was gonna get any costume, it would probably be the suit or the Santa outfit because it's just funny. It's me, Muscle Claus. Do you have a gift for me? No, you're supposed to give Muscle Claus a gift. I don't give out gifts.
why don't you give me a gift? Okay. Well, you played some Battlefield. Was there an update, Meshi? What was going on with Battlefield?
Yes. Well, it came out like a couple weeks ago or like a week ago, or I think I can't remember exactly when it has. I just haven't actually played it, but they added a new mode. It's called Obliteration. It used to be a Battlefield 4, and then they made some changes to it. And I was playing that some today. It's actually fun. Like normally, I just play like Conquest,
Yeah.
capture the point kind of thing. And this one, it's basically like each side has like 3 to 4 little, I'm gonna call them bases, but they're basically bases. And then a bomb spawns randomly on the map, and then you have to go and collect the bomb, and then both teams are fighting over the bomb, and they're supposed to take them to one of the enemy team's points and then set it off, and then you have to do that 3 times and you win. Or I didn't know at the time, but there's like a random not a random timer. There's a timer that's just not shown. I thought the game was going to go on indefinitely.
Uh-huh.
I was like, are people just farming this by doing nothing but killing each other? Because that's what the first game felt like. It's just both teams just shooting at each other endlessly, trying to just farm points off of each other. And then eventually the game ended after like 20 or 30 minutes in a draw because nobody wanted to do the objective. I was like, I'm going to be in this fucking match forever. But it's actually really fun. I like it better than like Rush, which is kind of it's the same experience, only it's more of the attacking team has tickets, only a certain amount of lives that they have to blow up enemy bases with, and then it's just stressful. I mean, like, but this one's actually kind of fun. It's actually a neat little mode, and now there's solo battle royale mode.
Okay.
I think Jacko was talking about it a couple times. I think he was looking for solo, if I'm remembering right.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of fun. It's like playing a horror game because you don't know where anybody is, and so you're just walking around, and suddenly you get shot in the back.
Oh!
Or like you'll hear a window break in the distance, or like footsteps like above you or whatever. I've had times where like I went prone next to a box and I was looking at the map trying to figure out where to go, and like an enemy guy jumped on the box and then ran and then jumped in front of me and then like ran away from me without even, and I had the map open, so I just saw his feet kind of going off in a direction. He just didn't see me. So that's kind of fun. And then they're doing a lot of updates. They're trying to make guns more unique, because right now most of them are kind of just like lasers.
Yeah.
And now they're gonna add like all these different things to try and make them more skill based, and they're changing how like damage works. So like limbs do less damage, and like the chest and the face do more damage, and so they're trying to reward you for like actually shooting where you should. There's a bunch of other changes, like trying to make sniping more challenging rather than just being like, I put crosshair overhead, you dead kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's still fun. Like that update's coming eventually, but I think it's probably coming in like a week or so.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's on a good track. I'm enjoying it.
Oh, did you have a Division 2 update for us this week, Meshi?
And not a very big one. I did hit level 40, which I guess is like the in game level or whatever you want to call it. And you unlock a watch, which is, I mean, eventually I think you cap it out, but there's like, it's got its own experience bar. So as you do things, you get experience in this watch, and then when you hit max, you get a point to spend. And there's 4 categories, and basically every level you get a point for that category. So it's like a defense category, a utility category, a weapon category, and I forget what the other one is. And then within those categories are 4 subcategories that are like, oh, if you choose the weapon, it's either critical hit, critical damage, weapon damage, or whatever. And so basically, you're just stacking these points into, and I don't know when it caps out. I don't know if it's infinite and it just kind of, gets harder to get the next point eventually. But they're very tiny, so I'm assuming there's a lot of them because each one was like, zero point 0.5 damage or zero point
Mm-hmm.
0.2 damage or something like that. So I think that's kind of where the end game is outside of getting gear and whatnot. So it's kind of interesting. I'm trying not to play too much of it because it feels like I'm supposed to be doing like group stuff, and I'd rather do it with you and Milk than some John Rando on there.
John Rando.
Rando. But no, it's a fun game. I just, we gotta find time to play it.
Yeah, we're catching up. Don't worry. We finished up all the side quests. I think we just need to finish because I think we're around like 30, 37, 38 maybe. So we're pretty close in level. It's just really it's just really funny whenever we do these encounters and then a boss guy spawns in and he is armored to the gills. And I've gotten done headshotting like 7 goons, and I look at him and shoot him, and his helmet flies off, and his head smacks his ass, and it springboards all the way back up, and his helmet's gone. And then he looks at me with giant Acme cartoon eyes as I re-aim at his head and shoot again. And he dies for millions of damage.
you know, it. But the fact that you could do that, great aspect of that game. I love that.
Yeah, I like that there's a fun build thing that I can do. Now, if people get past everything else and like find me, like I'm kind of cooked. But if I can find a good vantage point or something and I can get those headshots and just keep the headshot time rolling, it's fun. Cuz it's stressful. It's like I don't want to get body shots. Like I really have to like pay attention, be like, "Okay, and lead a little forward and headshot." And then go on to the next guy and he eats twice the amount of damage. Then it multiplies by 5. Then it keeps going. Oh. Yeah, I'm excited to try the group, like the new group content and like the expansion and stuff. So I'm curious to see what that's all about.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, the expansions unfortunately seem to cost money. I think the Brooklyn one is like $30.
whew.
So I don't know,
Yeah,
but I know there's still end game stuff to do, like the Dark
before
Zone and
those,
all that other
yeah.
stuff. Plus there's I don't know if you tried it. I tried it once by myself, but there's like a kind of like a rogue light version of the game where you kind of go into like a facility and you're stripped of all your gear and your weapons, and then you basically pick a starting weapon, and then as you progress through these rooms, you get to buy gear or you get to pick a gun, or that's your reward for clearing that room. You move on to the next one, and the whole point is to unlock the boss that you fight. I guess he's called Nemesis.
Uh-huh.
And then after you kill that boss, you proceed to see how far you can get. I don't know if it goes infinite or not, but it's just like, see how far you can get now. It's infinitely going to be getting harder. You get more stuff. Da 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 da. And it was kind of fun on my own, but I died in a really stupid way, and I was like, I'm not going back in here. Bullshit.
That was dumb. No, I haven't
It's
found those yet.
Yeah, that mode is the only one I've ever had ammo problems with, because they don't give you enough ammo, and there's no resupply boxes until like a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
So I sat there and I was like, wait, I'm out of ammo. This has never happened before. What do I do with no ammo?
What do I do with no ammo?
Yeah, that mode is like one of the plots, because you have the map, and then like above that map are like weird like circles that go off everywhere, like different expansions or whatever. One of the circles is that mode that you kind of just fast travel to.
Ah, I see. Okay, I got you. All right. I think that's all of the video game stuff. I played my first Descendant.
I love that poster. That's a good poster.
That's a good poster. It's a good one. Also, can I have a moment to, let me see if I can find this real quick. I'm still upset at it. Like, Mortal Kombat 2, that movie disappointed me so much harder than I thought it was going to.
Yeah. I mean, you have every reason to be upset at that movie that completely advertised that it should have been a Carl Urban movie, and it wasn't.
Well, worse than that, Night Vision Jacko, he was there, but not even close to enough. He was a side character, and it kind of... What he was there for was great. He just wasn't there that much, and they also kind of screwed up Johnny Cage's character. Which kind of, like, for an old MK guilty pleasure thing, like, upset me. So, we talked about it extensively last week. Shout out to Night Vision Jacko, the best streamer on twitch.tv. We talked extensively about my issues with it and how I felt about it. And I was scrolling through YouTube, Meshi.
Yeah.
And I get this advertisement. Round 2, the battle continue, own it digitally. And I see this officially posted ad with an AI slop image of the the MK characters. And I was like, really? Y'all are not even going to try to like put a like poster together? Like, I don't know if you can hardly see, like, Jade's face is fucked up. This is supposed to be Cole. Shao Kahn has like a round head, and you can't tell what's going on with his upper body.
Wait, is that supposed to be Cole? I thought is that Johnny, because Cole is standing next to Sonya.
Oh, you're right. That's supposed to be Johnny Cage. It's worse than I thought.
It's even worse.
And it's just like Sonya's got like a pink thing and like an arm going on here. Shang Tsung has a knife.
Shao Kahn's fucked up mask.
Yeah, he looks bloated and fat. Like, it's like they didn't even try.
Yeah.
Noob Saibot is a mummy.
This is what I expect from like a phone game trying to like get you to like play the new Mortal Kombat game. And for some reason, Kano and fucking Jax are like the biggest character there. Katana is not even like the right size as everybody else. Her head is gigantic. Her torso is small.
Yeah,
The more you look at it, the worse it gets.
Worse it gets. it just kind of this image summarizes how I feel about the new Mortal Kombat movie. I thought this was supposed to be Cole. Holy shit, Cole's right there. That's supposed to be Johnny.
It's supposed to be-
I give up on, this is why you can't like things. Mickey Mouse AI, bro. So, what else was it? Hold on. No, I think that's everything. Okay. So we'll throw things over to Meshy's side of the podcast. So you rewatched 2007 Zodiac. Now,
Yeah.
I remember this movie being out, and it was kind of a big deal when it did come out. I don't think I watched it, and I think I always kind of wanted to, just to kind of go over like the Zodiac. Because when did this happen, Meshy?
It kind of spanned a lot of years. I don't remember the exact start of it, but it was like 1968 or 1966, and it went all the. I mean, it's basically still an unsolved case, effectively,
Okay.
as far as I remember. They just have like some guy that they like really, really thought did it, but they could never prove it, and then
Uh-huh.
he ended up dying. Um, and so it kind of just uh, faded into obscurity, effectively.
Yeah.
And then they made a movie about it, which is it's actually a pretty good movie. I don't know how like lore accurate it is in terms
Yeah.
of like if they took liberty, or like if the main character actually existed and did this stuff, because it's not like they try and um it's not like at the end they're like, oh yeah, this is the guy that definitely did it. This guy saved everybody, or brought him to justice or whatever. Like, it's not a very happy ending to a movie.
Mhm.
And always when they say based on real events, it doesn't really mean that the real event could just be that the Zodiac was an actual person at
Yeah.
some point in history.
Mhm.
Um, and I haven't really looked into that, but this movie, boy, it holds up pretty well in a lot of areas.
Uh-huh.
Like, um, the general, like, when the Zodiac does things, it's like really creepy, and like it doesn't feel rushed. It just feels like they're just trying to like give an atmosphere of like, oh, this guy is like a psychopath, and it's very it's very like awkward how long it takes for him to like kill somebody, or like the movie forces you to be there the entire time that he's stabbing somebody to death, basically.
Ooh,
So
so you're just
there's a lot of,
yeah.
you're in there for the ride of it. um but at one point I was watching the movie, and I was like, okay, I have to pause it real quick, and I paused it, and it still had 40 minutes left. This movie is
Ooh.
2 hours and 40 minutes long.
It's almost 3 hours. Holy fuck.
It's almost 3 hours. Um, and I remember going like, this is a really long movie, and it's basically they start at point A, and you're going along for the whole ride from when he started to everything in between. And like they're just trying to build this story about this guy, and the news reporters that are trying to figure him out, and like the cryptic messages that he's sending, and they're trying to build like all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of got what they were going for, and it's a good movie, but I feel like a lot of stuff could have been cut to not make it 2 hours and 40 minutes. Like, the movie didn't need to be as long as it is, because
Mm-hmm.
eventually you're just exhausted from watching it. Not
Like,
because it's bad, but because it's a lot.
it's a lot and it's a long journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like at some point you kind of get confused because there's so many names that you throw out that are only mentioned like once or twice,
You're like,
and
who the
then
fuck is
like
that guy?
yeah, like and then a year into the investigation or 3 years into the investigation, so it's been like 30, 40 minutes since they've mentioned that name, they'll bring it up again, but you're like, who the fuck was that? And then you're trying to do your own investigation of trying to figure it out while there's an investigation about something else going on that you should be paying attention to.
Yeah.
But like when they meet the guy that they're pretty sure is the one that did it, he's basically, I can't tell if his character is supposed to be like extremely stupid or extremely much like, no, I'm the guy that did it. You guys just can't prove it. So I'm just gonna be as creepy as fucking possible. Because he like they interview him and he's just like um he's just like, oh yeah, I was down at that lake where those guys were killed, but I was diving, and my neighbor could testify to that, and I also met some people, and they were like, oh, could you give us their names? And they're like, no. It's like, oh, and my neighbor who told you guys about the bloody knives in my car, those are from the chickens, and he could confirm that that's true. And he's like, okay, well, where's your neighbor? It's like, oh, well, he died of a heart attack last week. So he's like telling them all this information they don't need to know, and like implicating himself, and like wearing a watch that literally says Zodiac on it, and then like has the symbol of the Zodiac. So
Yeah.
he's like, oh, he took his fucking name from a watch company. It's just stuff like that. Where I can't tell if he's incompetent and stupid,
Or
or
if he's flaunting it and just being like, can you
yeah,
prove it? Yeah.
yeah, can you prove it, kind of thing. So
Mhm.
it's
Is
for
enjoyable, but you
2000,
need to
yeah.
prep yourself for nearly 3 hours of.
Yeah, and it kind of has that. I know it's like early 2000s. It's, well, roughly early 2000s, kind of late
Yeah.
2000s. It doesn't have a lot of like, when you watch a 2000s movie, you're like, this is a fucking 2000s movie. It's got
Yeah.
all this like bullshit and stuff that they did. It doesn't feel like that, so I think that helps it a
Oh,
lot.
good. Because that would just date it instantly.
Yeah,
All right. Well, let's go
I'd
over to the
probably give it
movies.
a 7.7.
Oh, 7.7. That's not too bad. I guess we start grade. Yeah, we start rating movies. We'll just throw numbers out. We won't remember how we rated other stuff, and it's just off of feel.
Yeah.
It only took us 47 episodes. So I went to the movie theaters and I saw Disclosure Day. This is Steven Spielberg's new joint.
Oh, you talked about that. Yeah.
How do I feel about this film? In a lot of ways, this movie was, I think, 2.5 hours, I think.
So an average Steven Spielberg movie. Yeah.
What's her name? Do you remember this actress's name?
Oh my god, she looks so familiar.
Emily Blunt. I'm sorry, that's her name. She is absolutely fantastic. She plays a news anchor who ends up seeing a canary, and then she starts talking different languages, and then she has a meltdown where she starts making clicking noises while she's trying to give the weather. This guy apparently took some information, and some people are trying to track him down to get the information back. So it's this long chase of this guy taking this information away from this group of people to disclose it. So in a lot of ways, this movie is quite long in the tooth. Yes, 2.5 hours. And you're kind of following multiple groups. You're following the reporter lady, and you're following this other guy who's stealing the information. Overall, though, I did enjoy this film. I don't know how much I want to go into the specifics of the plot, because I think a lot of it tends to be shrouded in the mystery of what's happening, and that's kind of what keeps you moving along. but that's kind of the general premise of it. Um, Spielberg has a lot of themes that he likes to revisit over and over again. It's almost like old reliable that he opens up for every movie, and you're like, oh, yeah, Spielberg would do this, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Did you
um,
ever see Super 8? I think that was the movie. I think he did that one.
that sounds familiar.
Uh,
2011 film. No, I did not see this movie.
okay.
This is a J.J. Abrams film.
Oh, it's J.J. Abrams. Okay, I thought
Oh,
Spielberg
Spielberg
did
was a
that one.
producer on it, though.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm remembering. Okay. I thought he wrote it. I was
He was
like,
involved with it in
Spielberg
some
seems to
way.
do a lot of like alien movies.
Yeah,
Or
so I I enjoyed this film. It was it felt like a Spielberg movie. It is kind of like, I mean, I guess we'll get into it with another film that you watched. He has a particular way that he likes to depict the world, and you can just tell this is kind of like Spielberg verse, if that makes sense.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like
Yeah.
it kind of deviates from like real reality and kind of turns into a almost, what would you call it? I don't know if I would call it optimistic, but this kind of, I don't know. It's just how Spielberg depicts the world in his kind of projects and whatnot. It's very him, but it's enjoyable. I enjoyed watching this film. And Emily Blunt, that woman is amazing. She does a phenomenal job. Uh, the other guy, not so much. Emily, I think, carries this film in a big way. She's just a wonderful performer. I lose her in every character that she tends to play. So, um, if I had to go somewhere with this, I would probably say I'm gonna give it the bump up. I'm gonna go 8-1.
Mm. I mean,
I
that's
enjoy.
pretty good.
I enjoyed this film. I could kind of see where it was going at a certain point. But it is the ride and how you get there is pretty enjoyable. So I would probably recommend this movie if you feel like watching it. If you like Spielberg stuff, if you don't like his brand of film, then I probably would stay away because it hits the nail on the head. It's just a Spielberg movie, but he makes an
It's
enjoyable watch.
been quite a while since I've seen a Spielberg movie outside of like Indiana Jones, to be
Those were the
honest.
last ones I watched, because
Yeah.
I recently, well, I don't know how recent that was, but it's been a while. Um, anyways, I've yammered on and on. Let's go to another meshy flick. You watched 8 mm, starring the one and only Nicholas Hokage Cage.
Yeah. This is before, well, he's always kind of he was in Face Off and he was kind of crazy in Face Off, but um it this movie is kind of interesting. So he's basically a private detective, and some rich asshole dies, and his wife finds a film in his safe,
Uh huh.
like an old timey film,
There it
um,
is. Mm-hmm.
and she has watched it, and she's like, "Oh, it's a snuff film,"
Yikes.
and
Okay.
she's like, "I don't know why he has it. I would like you to investigate to make sure that this is real." Or just she basically wants him to disprove that it doesn't actually isn't a snuff film for various reasons, and if he does find out it's real, to find out who the girl is so that she can basically make peace with what finding out about her husband.
Yeah.
So Nick Cage goes on this investigation and finds out all of this stuff and whatnot. This movie is like it's it's actually kind of a good movie. It's like a good investigation movie.
Uh huh.
The problem is with this movie is the soundtrack is probably the most off-putting music I have ever fucking heard in a movie. Uh
Okay. Uh huh.
like it just ruins tones. It makes no sense. It it's everywhere, and it's just it becomes really loud for some reason to the point it drowns out what's going on for a scene that's like not serious. Like
Uh
for
huh.
example, he finds some like really important evidence. I forget exactly what it was about the girl that's in the
Uh huh.
film. And he's like, I have to go to California. I think it was after he talked to her mother. I think that's what it was. He found the girl's diary that her mom didn't know about.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like super serious. He's like, I gotta go to California. I gotta find this girl. And then it cuts to Los Angeles and like a plane flying in. And the music just suddenly goes from something that was like calm and like super mysterious and like serious to basically what I could tell is Arabic chanting, like something you would get out of like, and suddenly we changed the pyramids, so it's like it's got like that kind of
I,
the
bro,
sound, and it becomes louder and louder.
I thought you were gonna say like he goes to California and the Beach Boys starts playing in the process of like him investigating this snuff film, but it's just weird. It's not like
Yeah, it makes no sense. Like the music just doesn't match up, and
huh.
it makes the movie worse because it just ruins any
It
tension.
takes you out of the
'Cause-
movie because you're like,
Yeah,
huh? Yeah,
it may
that's
God, it's so horrible. And like Nick Cage, I think at some point he learns how to do it, but like he can't do particular serious scenes very well. So like
hmm
he finds the girl's diary because he's like he went to the mom's house and he's like, oh, did she leave a note, did you find a diary, because usually they would do that when they leave. And she was like, no, there was nothing in that. You think I would check, I would find it.
yeah.
So he goes walking around and he finds it basically in an old toilet in their rundown house. And so he finds out that she's more than likely dead from her diary. And so he goes to the mom, and he's like, and it's very like heartfelt scene. She tells her, he's telling her how much she's telling him how much he misses her, that she just, thinks about her every day. It's very, very sad. And then you have Nick Cage doing like a death stare, like eyes as wide as possible, like looking at her and being like, if would you want to know if something was wrong with your daughter, or would you just like to have her live in a memory of you thinking she's fine but never knowing? It's basically kind of like a line like that, but it's
Yeah.
delivered in such a way that if anyone was told that, they'd be like, oh, my daughter's dead. That's
Yeah.
the
A
and he's
thousand
just
percent.
doing it in such like like a freaky stare. um it's such a weird movie, but it's like good if you take out the music. But one of the scenes, and then you added Nick Cage's acting, and then the last scene we're going to talk about is it's so fucking funny. So basically, he finds out the guys who did it. There's
Uh
like
huh.
three guys that did it, and he captures one of them, and he has him tied up in this abandoned, rundown house. And he basically goes to kill him. It's actually Tony Soprano. He plays one of the
Okay.
guys. He plays
Yeah.
the porn guy. He basically does like the sleazy porn guy.
Yeah.
And so Tony Soprano is basically just shit talking Nicolas Cage to his face about how he's just
Yeah.
like a little bitch, and he's never gonna kill him, and he's like, what are you gonna do with my body, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And Nick Cage is like, he
We can
can't
do.
go through with it,
Yeah.
because of his own moral issues about killing people. And so he calls the mom, who is on the other side of the country. So it's like 2 a.m. where he's at. And he calls her up crying, and she picks up the phone, and she wakes up, and so she's half asleep, and he just starts yelling at her like, your daughter's dead, your daughter's dead. And
Oh
she's like, what?
no.
And so she
Yeah.
just starts breaking down, and then he's like, I need you to tell me that I can punish the men that did it. He's like, I have one with me right now. You just need to tell me that you you that I could do it. You have to give me permission to kill these people, to hurt them." And
Mm-hmm.
she's just like crying her eyes out. And I'm just like, God damn it. Like Nick Cage.
He just can't. He can't sell what
He just
was
he
on the page.
just
Yeah.
he can't sell it what's on the page. And it's also just such a weird thing to be like, I'm gonna call this person up, and the first thing I'm gonna tell her after lying to her the entire time is, "Oh, your daughter's dead. Can I kill the people that did it?" And
Yeah.
I just laugh because it's supposed to be super serious, but it's just so like,
You can't buy it.
yeah, can't buy it. It's way out there. And so basically, he goes on a murder spree. He basically goes John Wick on these people, effectively. Um, and so it's kind of it's an enjoyable movie. It just has so much Nicolas Cage in it, or isms in it.
Yeah.
Not that he's a
Nick
bad
Cage-isms.
actor. Some scenes he does well, and then other scenes it's like, ooh, Nick, come on.
Come on, bud.
I probably give it like a 6.8, roughly
Okay.
around there.
So it's not dog awful, but it's also not great. And the soundtrack, the needle drops ruined it. I've been hearing a lot about needle drops on the interwebs. Everyone's talking about how the needle drops in the new Supergirl movie are super bad and jarring. So
Ugh.
as soon as you talked about that music hitting, I was like, I've been hearing a lot about that recently, just from like spoiler-free reviews. I don't know if I'm actually going to see that movie or not, but I digress. Okay, so I watched some garbage.
That title looks like garbage. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, so I was doing something, and I was like, well, let's just put something shitty on the side. Shouts to Amazon Prime. So this movie's called The Gamers, Darkness Rising. Okay, so this is like a low budget film
Oh my god.
about, so it's a group of friends and they're doing a D&D campaign.
Okay.
And you're seeing like this is their game playing out. This isn't actually happening. These are their characters and what they're doing. They're sitting in a room and one of the guys is trying to write up a a dungeon book to get it published as a game. And it's basically he's too controlling and keeps killing all of his friends and not letting them have fun. And it's just this dude's playing his character who's a woman, but he's a guy. So there's some stupid bits there. So this movie's pretty awful, but what I will say, as a D&D movie, it's better than the D&D movie that we watched.
Wow.
With the best thing to come out of that, who's Kirk in the new Star Trek movies? Chris,
not Evans, Pines.
Chris Pines. The best thing to come out of that movie was that meme of Chris Pines that someone has exaggerated with the loot like broken and his like whatever, like when you watch your paladin get one shot.
Yeah.
That's the best thing to come out of this movie. So there's some pretty cringe lines that are delivered. Like whenever the guys like do well in a D, like these are the three friends who join the writer's game or whatever. So the players, not the dungeon master. Whenever they do well, they go to get waffles at night. So they all get on a motorcycle together and they're like, waffles! You know.
We're going to Denny's.
Yeah. So would I recommend you watch this film? No. There's dumb back and forth with like the guy on the far left with the pencil behind his ear is like, well, I want to play a monk class. And he's like, well, my world and story I've set up is in like Western, like medieval. So like that will not fit. But it's like, it's in the rule book. I should be able to do this. And he's like, no, if you're going to be a monk, you have to be like a friar. And it's like, that's not a thing. You need to let me play by the rules. Not my, like, just dumb shit like that of arguing about D&D stuff.
Yeah.
But he slowly starts compromising, like it there's a lot of cringe jokes. There's some stuff that did make me giggle. Some stuff was pretty good. Like you find out, like the dude who's playing a chick, he based his D&D character on one of like his hot professor at college.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And they have fights about whether what he's doing is chaotic neutral or actually just evil. Um, you know, I I don't think I could recommend this
I,
movie.
I mean, like, without hearing it, I can already tell, like, there's probably a lot of cringe voice lines and whatever, just by the look of it. But,
Yeah.
like, some of the visual bits where, like, without context, just like her just throwing a fireball at that fucking peasant right there.
Yes.
Or,
Like that's the biggest point of contention. They start their journey and they're like, "Oh, they've already done this journey, this story campaign. They've done it twice now. This is the third time." And they're like, "We get it, bro. We know where to go. This guy's going to tell us to go to the mountains. Let's leave." And this new girl is an ex of one of the guys, and she's like, "No, I'm here to role play, so I need to talk to him." So then the guy just hurls a fireball at him and kills him, so they can move on. you
that's
know,
so see that's good. I like that. And I also like the scene where they, like, I guess he swaps with someone at the table. The where they're in the inn and he swaps, like, the guy is clearly in a wig and her dress,
yeah,
and then she walks
because
back,
he keeps
like,
mistakenly trying to hook up with people, but they're like, "You're a chick," and he's like, "Oh yeah, hold on." And they swap out. um,
see, like, stuff like that I can see how that would be funny, but it's probably not enough to, like you said, go get through this movie.
yeah, and to be fair, at least it's short. So I could see if like you've done Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, it could be fun for little bits here and there, um, but it's not great. I would probably give this. Oh man, shoot, I'm gonna go 5-1
Ooh, okay.
because it's not like for like a cheap film that you could tell this is kind of like a project movie, almost like a school thing. It almost feels like there's some money behind it, but there's not a lot. But they kind of know what they're doing with kind of this dumb, silly effects. Um, for what it is, it was better than I thought it was going to be based on the camera or the shot right there. Like that's the card thing right there.
Yeah,
And
kind of.
I guess it's free on YouTube. I guess if you want to watch it there, you can watch it there also. 5-1. Okay, so you went on like a weird like 7 deep dive.
Yeah.
Like every film has been from the producers of Seven or some relation
Oh,
to. I've noticed in every trailer, the Zodiac, 8mm film, everything has to do. It all comes back to Seven. So I'm interested to hear how you enjoyed watching Seven in 2026. When's the last
yeah, I
time you
think I
watched this
kind of.
movie?
Jesus, it's probably been almost 20 years.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
um, I guess it's just a quit. I kind of just went on like a crime kind of movie, like mystery thriller kind of bender
Yeah.
there this week. This man, this movie is enjoyable.
Uh huh.
Um, like, even knowing where it's going, like it they're doing a good job. The story is there, like the weirdness and like catching all of like the stuff in the background. Like watching it all unfold, really interesting. It like keeps your attention. You're just kind of, even knowing where it's going, kind of like,
The ride is fun. Yeah.
yeah, it's fun. And watching it now, because before I never really paid attention to Morgan Freeman's character all that much.
Uh-huh.
Um, but like now having a different perspective on life than I watched it like 20 years ago, it's kind of like, oh, he's like, he doesn't want to give up on humanity, but he's like, this place is just shit. I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
Um, and I also didn't. I don't know why I didn't, but I never realized he was 7 days from retirement that entire time. Like, like they even stated. It just never was like something I picked up on. I just
Yeah.
thought he was that guy's partner that whole time.
Yeah.
Um, but it's the one problem with this movie, and it
Mhm.
kind of flows into kind of the problems we have with like uh the Conjuring and stuff like that. Is like when the thing, well, I guess in this case, the guy that is doing it is kind of revealed, it loses some of that like mystery and coolness to it, and it just becomes like, oh, you're kind of disappointing. You're just a dude, right? Not that I needed it to be like some mythological god demon, but like it was interesting seeing his victims and how that was kind of unfolding and whatnot. And then he voluntarily comes in to the situation, and then you're just like, oh, the I'm not gonna say the interesting part of the movie, but the part I was mostly interested in is now over, and we're kind of wrapping up now. And you're just guy man, who has something wrong with his head and just likes to kill people for fun. Well, not for
Yeah.
fun, but your
Well,
purpose and
he was
whatnot.
called to do that. It's supposed to
Yeah,
be the horror that this is what man is capable of, and this is who's doing it and why. And I think you're supposed to be dwelling more on the fact of what he does in that final scene. And you're like, oh God.
yeah, yeah. That and like I never realized how much they like. I'm gonna say ham-fisted, but um, like they really tried to sell Brad Pitt's relationship with his wife throughout the movie to the point where you're like, why are they going so hard on this? And I
And
think
then
it's
you're
just
like,
a bit.
oh.
Oh yeah. Um, and I also was like, I wonder when he had time to like do the thing he did to Brad Pitt's wife without Brad Pitt like knowing it in any way, shape, or form. It's like, oh, okay, so it must have taken place just before he walked into that police station. Because they even mentioned like, oh, there's a third victim on his blood, but we don't know who it is, kind of thing. But
Yeah. Yeah.
Brad Pitt at no time makes like he even gets a message from his wife um, before the killer turns himself in, and he never reads it or calls her
Yeah.
back or anything. So um, the reveal, it's kind of weird because once you know it, like the build up suspense is kind of gone.
Uh-huh.
So like on a rewatch, you're like, it's hard to appreciate kind of just like the taunting that he's doing to
Uh-huh.
him, and like the buildup of the slow driver and Morgan Freeman running over and being like, "Give me the gun," or "Can't kill him because then he'll win." It's just kind of like part of me is like, yeah, I get it that he would win, but I mean, I don't see the problem with Brad Pitt shooting that guy in the fucking head. So
Well,
it's
his
just kind of
career's
tough.
over and fucked at that point.
Yeah. And it's also kind of weird because, like, not weird, but it's interesting to think that Brad Pitt killing that guy would end his career instead of like think. Well, this is just like personal opinion, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
the things that he went through in those like right before he shot that guy, you think would like clear him of that. But I get that it's supposed to be like, no, his life's kind of shit, up shit creek now. Um,
Yeah. It's just the fact that he, based on physical evidence, that would count as a literal execution. So even
yeah,
if he weren't going to, let's say that he got off with manslaughter or they reviewed everything, he would not be working in his department. Like his career would be over.
yeah, and
Yeah.
basically kind of ruined him as a person anyway.
Yes, and mentally he's fucked.
Yeah, especially because at the movie he's just like he very much seems like a character, even given that his attitude is like completely. It feels kind of the opposite. He seems very much like, no, I'm actually here to help people. I really just want to help. And then at
Mm,
the end, it's just like, oh, you killed that man's soul, you bastard.
no.
Yeah. I'd probably give it like not knowing the twist. I'd probably give it like an 8.3. Knowing what the twist is, probably be like 7.8.
Yeah, it's
That's
kind of
just
one of those things where like most mystery movies, it's that first watch that's the we kind of have to go off of, right? Because the rewatch is more for like just being like, I know what's going to happen. Let me just see if I can look at background stuff or like catch stuff that I might have missed, right?
yeah.
Yeah, but that's understandable. Well, I'm glad it's still held up for the most part because what I was worried about more so was his depiction of like this hyper gritty world and maybe part of that not holding up so much. Basically, with just how it's shot, the colorization, and how everything's depicted, it's kind of an exaggeration. Not that terrible things don't happen every day and whatnot, the subject matter, but just how it's filmed and how it's looked. I was worried that it might not have held up, but
No, it's pretty solid still in
that's good.
in
That's
that
good to know.
area.
Because what was like something that would like I built up in my mind, like oh the second Blade movie. I was like that's the best one. You rewatch it and you're like oh fuck this like
Ooh.
sucked. You know,
Yeah.
as a kid you're like this is the coolest fucking thing. It's way better than the first, and you like oh god you watch it as an adult. It's like what was this garbage? Like holy fuck.
I mean, I also have that experience with Blade 3 too, because I remember watching it and being like, oh, this is really cool. This is almost as good as the second one. Or maybe better than the second one because it had Dracula in it. And then, but like I was a kid at the time, and then you go back
Yeah.
and watch it, it's like, oh my god,
Yeah,
this is so
I
awful.
never even saw Blade Trinity. I saw the first two as a kid. I mean, when I watched Blade Trinity, it was I think it was when we watched it. I don't know if you were there. I assume you were there because I think we
I was
watched all
there.
the Blade. Yeah, we watched all the Blade movies. That was the first time I saw Trinity, and it was like, no wonder this died. Um, okay, let's see here. Let's actually do okay because I'm curious about this. We'll end here. Okay. Shout outs to Night Vision Jacko, the goat of streaming on the internet. He's got a lot of dumb, silly stream transitions that involve He-Man. The movie came out. I didn't watch it. I bought the Fortnite skin. I decided to start watching the He-Man cartoon. Um,
Oh, okay, like the original He-Man cartoon.
yes, the
Ooh,
OG. One, it's fascinating to see the hand drawn animation because it's very of that like that Hanna Barbera kind of era of like Scooby Doo and stuff.
yeah.
Um, it's really cool to see a lot of the stuff hand animated. It still looks great, um, even in motion and kind of what they did to like animate things. Um, Fun show. The first episode, He Man's theme song is playing like every 2 minutes, which is really funny. Because he'll do
Okay.
something, be like, "Because I am He Man, He Man." um, and every episode, because I've only seen like the Skeletor Christmas episode where he saves the kids from like the abominable snowman guy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Man at Arms and Orbo. Um, every episode is like a life lesson that is in the film or in the episode, but then at the end they have to spoon feed it to make sure that the kids got the like Skeletor went to the past to try to change things. Well, we can't do that in the real world, and we need to accept the things that we've done, and we need to make sure that we do the right things every day going forward. In that right, kids?
Yeah. They did that with if you ever watch the original Thundercats, they also did that at like
Oh,
the
is
end
that
of
the running theme in
two.
that too? That's
Yeah.
funny. So I watched about probably 8 or 10 episodes. Um, Skeletor's the fucking best.
Of course
One,
he is.
I learned something about myself. I have, I might have a type. So
Big,
watching
strong skeleton men.
no, I saw Evelyn and I was like,
Oh.
I could fix her.
Yes.
So there's this great scene where Evelyn is talking to Beast Man. I think is his name. And there's a giant stone statue of Skeletor in their evil lair. And she's like, one of these days, I'll get the best of him. You know what? One of these days, he deserves to be tied up. And she like shoots a rope up at it. Like, then we'll be in charge. Skeletor walks in and he's like, not now. We got stuff to do. Like, he actively finds them shit talking and plotting his downfall. He's like, shut up. We got a job to do right now. I don't care. Go stop He-Man.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
So there's this episode where Skeletor is he has some like device thing that's controlling dragons and making them do bad things, right?
Okay.
He-Man's like, he's controlling the dragons and making them do this. It's not their fault, they're animals. Skeletor's doing this. We need to get the MacGuffin away from him. So they're fighting Skeletor while fighting the dragons, and Skeletor's about to fall off a cliff, and he's holding on to the thing or whatever, and he ends up dropping it. And He-Man offers his hand. He's like, take my hand, Skeletor. And he's like, why are you doing this? And He-Man's like, well, maybe I value life a little more than you do, Skeletor. And he helps Skeletor up, and Skeletor's like, yeah, and runs off and gets on this like futuristic like hover bike thing, right? And
Yeah.
flies off and makes his getaway. And he's like, try to stop him. And he's like, we can't. He got away. And they're like, oh damn. All right. Well, now we need to take care of this big dragon. It's out of control. We need to get the device thing. We need to fix this dragon. Skeletor doubles back on this bike and has guns on it, and proceeds to start laser blasting at He-Man while he's trying to fight a dragon because he's that petty. He makes the getaway and goes, no, no, no. He turns around and starts shooting at He-Man. I love Skeletor so much. It's just, he's my spirit master of the universe. So it's been fun. It's fun to put on in the background. I've been doing a lot of watching stuff while running First Descendant boss battles over and over and over again. And He-Man kept me company. So I don't know if I could rate He-Man. It's just enjoyable. It's just fun. No, fuck. Huh?
Apparently, the guy that voiced Skeletor for that cartoon is Alan Oppenheimer.
Okay, what has Alan Oppenheimer done?
He's done the Never-Ending Story. He's done a lot of old cartoons. He did a voice in the 9 movie, which was those rag dolls. I don't know if you ever saw that movie.
Oh, sadly, no. Well, he did the 2021 He-Man Master of the Universe cartoon. So he's been doing this character for a long time until is he still alive?
Yeah, he's 96 right now.
I wonder if he just couldn't do the new movie, or if they, I don't know.
I wanted to see if he did the because there's an early 2000s He-Man show as well, and that Skeletor is pretty. They went more of like on the evil. Well, no, because it sounds like they're very similar.
Yeah, you wanted
honestly.
to see if it was him. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to see if it was kind of him, because they kind of act both the same. I remember that Skeletor. That's again Skeletor in that show is the highlight of that show.
So much. And the other thing that's also hilarious is I keep forgetting her name. It's the red-haired lady.
Taya,
Taya. Yeah, Tila. I'm sorry,
Tila,
Tila,
Tila.
the daughter of the sorceress, which is this the bird lady.
Yeah.
Um, she is all about He-Man or the prince. I don't think she knows that He-Man is the prince yet at the point that I'm in the show. Anytime he interacts with any other female, it like cuts to her and she's like side-eyeing and being pissed about it. It's really funny. Like this is a kid show. We're going here.
Oh, I didn't
um,
know that. Apparently, William Shatner plays in the newish He-Man animated show back in 2021. He played Skeletor before he became Skeletor, and then
oh,
Mark
so
Hamill
pre-skeleton.
played.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Human
was,
tour.
yeah, Human Door, Keldor.
So I'm gonna keep watching it. I think there's like 130 episodes. I don't know if I'll make it through all. We'll see. We'll see. I got free time, but I'm enjoying the ride so far. Maybe I'll give a rating once I've finished it, or I feel I've watched enough to really, you know. All right. So I'm interested to hear about this. You watched the new Scary Movie.
Oh my god, I watched the new Scary Movie.
Here, let me just say some stuff.
Okay,
What I'm worried about is who is it both the Wayne brothers or is it just one of them?
it's both of them.
So, a lot of movies I've seen of theirs within the past like 10 or 15 years, their brand of humor to me didn't hold up well, and it seems for me it's cringy. So my fear was seeing this movie was the jokes wouldn't land and it would be kind of cringy. So how did you feel watching this
Okay.
scary movie?
So I think this is the first Scary Movie that they've done since two. I don't know if they did three. Um,
Oh, so other
but
people did like the sequels?
yeah, they kind of either they lost the rights to it or I don't know what kind of happened there. But basically,
Yeah.
like they were after two, I think they stopped making them, and this is the first one that they've gotten back the rights, or maybe the studio said you could have it or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Um, even though like 3 through 5 weren't like great, right? Well, I mean, there's good, right? There's good in there, you know.
Those
They're
little
not
ones
like
have metal
shiny.
teeth.
Yeah, there's like scenes like that. You know,
Yeah.
you're going through it, and like there's just stuff to laugh at. Even if you're like this movie is stupid, there's
Yeah.
stuff in there to enjoy. This movie is not that in any way. It's not a good comedy movie for the reasons that you just described.
That I mean, I just watched the trailer and I assumed like I saw the modern day commentary on things, um, and it almost seemed too on the nose.
Yeah.
Not that I would disagree or find jokes of that nature funny because I do, but the way at
Just
which he delivers them, for me in the past, seems ham-fisted and almost just like it just isn't my brand of humor.
yeah, it's so on the nose that you're just kind of like, where where was the joke? Was I just supposed to be shock valued by this, or um and oh man, this movie, like there's a few things that made me laugh, right?
Uh huh.
But most of the time it was just it felt like they never left
Two
Scary Movie
thousands.
1.
Yeah.
Like even we kind of, I mean, we even had fun with like Scary Movie. We still laughed at it. I think we even
Yeah.
laughed at Scary Movie 2 still. Like it you know, obviously not everything landed, but they never like tried to update the humor since that movie. They're just kind of trying to do the same. And it's
Yeah.
kind of like when we watched Blazing Saddles, where most of the humor is based off of like the shock value of being like, oh, did that movie actually just say that?
And like
And it's
nowadays, we've literally heard all of that and far worse, and it's like, oh, this is quaint.
yeah, and it's so like a lot of their comedy in that movie is based off of the shock value of it,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't fit because it's like, eh, it's not great. And like they're doing all the modern horror movies, and
Yeah.
so there's like a ton of references in there, but not all of them work. Like
There's
there's
Terrifier. There's the AI girl thing that I saw there. There's no, that's really all that. Oh,
like for one, all of the original characters are back. They
yeah.
they brought them back for the movie. Um, so I love Ray. I love Ray's character, right? He's like, oh, I'm not gay, but he's
Yeah.
definitely gay. He acts
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. Him. Yeah.
And they have a scene where it's basically a parody of Sinners.
Yeah.
And he's at the church and he's like, everybody, I'm not gay anymore. And like, they're making like, the church is, hyping it up and being like, oh yeah, we're so proud of you, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then he proceeds to like, oh, I'm not doing this anymore. And I'm not doing this anymore. And like the preacher in the background is the funniest part of that scene, which is just like, being like, shut the fuck up. you know, like he's just in the background, be like, too much, brother, too much,
Too
shut up,
much.
shut up.
Shut up.
And he's just going on, and then they go into like a dance number, and then everyone starts. It's just like it drags on for too long, and it's beating a horse that was already dead so much. But like, there's a few funny scenes in it. Like, have you ever you've probably seen the scene from, I think it's called Get Out, where the black guy just is like sprinting full force at like one of the guys that's standing there, and then he like cuts off screen. He just runs to the right.
Mhm.
I mean, this movie is several years old on, but you probably
Yeah.
if you don't remember what I'm talking about, it's fine.
Mhm.
But basically, it recreates that scene. Someone's standing outside, and this big muscular dude in a speedo is just like sprinting at the guy, and then like right before he gets to him, he just peels off to the right, and I'm like, okay. And then here comes Ray in these like silk pajamas, like, motherfucker, I'm gonna get you a speedo or something like that. I don't remember what it is,
Yeah.
and like, so if like, and that made me laugh because it
Mhm.
was just like that worked for
Yeah.
that scene.
Mhm.
And if they had kept the stuff like that, it would have been great. There's a scene where they go John Wick, and
Mhm.
suddenly there's just like 18 ghost faces that just coming out of different rooms and like in different variety of ways, and they're just there to die instantly, which is funny. But there's a lot of like scenes where it's like, oh, we're gonna go arrest that guy. Well, and there's a black guy standing next to them. It's like, oh, well, the cops are obviously gonna go, and there they are. They're jumping on the black guy instead of the guy
Yeah.
standing next to him. That's the clear one, and they're beating the shit out of him. Um, it's just not great. I don't know how to
Yeah.
describe it. It's just not a good movie. It's like a 2.1.
I honestly, I based on just what I saw from it and the previews, you are confirming everything that I felt about it. Well, they're not all winners.
Yeah.
Um, so let's see. Okay, then we get to the trailer. Okay, so I watched an anime. Um, I watched an OVA. This is Read or Die. This is an old OVA I watched on like HBO when I was young. This came out in like 2000, I think. Um, so it's about this girl, and she's obsessed with books. She loves them more than anything. She just wants to read. And she's a part of a British secret service kind of group that deals with combating like supernatural or like threats that the normal, kind of channels could ever deal with. Um, and she is Agent Paper. And she has the ability to manipulate and fight with paper. She's a paper stand user.
Okay. Does she
uh,
know she has these powers, or is
yes.
it
Yes,
okay?
1,000%. She is more concerned with buying books to read to experience the medium um, and whatnot. And she gets adopted into this agency because she's got the ability to do it. So you're following these terrorists that all have different like superpowers. Like this one guy for this first fight, he like can control bugs and whatnot, and he's got this giant bug that he ends up fighting. And this is how oblivious she is. What This is a 3-episode OVA that follows her, Yumiko, as they're uncovering what these terrorists are planning to do and ultimately like what their end goal is, which is kind of metal. It's not like a big secret reveal or anything. These terrorists they end up building a satellite to launch into space with a Beethoven guy who's going to play a song that is going to manipulate everybody to off themselves in the world.
Oh my gosh, that's kind of hardcore.
And he's this Beethoven guy that's hooked up this giant organ with all these like tubes in it, and he's psycho and he looks like Beethoven. He's playing the symphony. He's gonna play this song that's found in this book that she's found that's gonna make everybody off themselves. So she's having to go through these fights and with the other lady who was trying to grab the same book. Her name is Agent Agent Deep.
Okay.
So I was like, that is kind of a horrible name, and she's keeping Yumiko here at a distance. She's like, I need to know your real name. We're working for the same people. I don't need to know your name. I'm Agent Deep. You're Agent Paper. That's all we need to know. As soon as they finish the first confrontation, she's like, my name's Nancy. I kind of hate my code name, Agent Deep. I sound like a porn star. And that's in the dub. It's kind of cool watching this girl who's, she's just a bookworm, but seeing how she manipulates and like solves the problems and uses paper to do it and how she actually fights, it's really enjoyable. And she's focused on the book. She doesn't give a shit about anything else. Her whole thing was like, she'll confront these guys and she'll be like, all right, give me back the book. I haven't read all of it yet. Give me the book. Yeah, it was just a fun 3 episodes of watching this British dude here constantly get tea and be like, well, Agent Paper, I need you to go here and do this. Yeah, it was just a fun, enjoyable watch. I'm currently starting on. There's an anime that follows up that's like 20 episodes long, I think, or is it maybe 12? I don't know. It's either 12 or 24. It's one or the other. Yeah, I would recommend this. This was really nice. I was scared that watching it again as an adult after all these years that I'd be like, this thing doesn't hold up. It's pretty great. I'm going to go and spoil it. She ends up getting in a fight with a dude with an a lightning sword, and she ends up taking money from one of her fellow agents and creating a money sword. and fighting this guy with a lightning sword, and she proceeds to execute him by taking one of the dollar bills and throwing it up, cutting a tank filled with liquid nitrogen and freezing this guy and letting him shatter. It's fucking metal.
Jesus. criminy.
You know, and she looks like such a nice person, but she's so analytical. She's like, okay, well, I need to do this now.
Oh, okay. So she's not like a psychopath. She's just
No,
like,
no,
how do I get my
she's a
end goal
bookworm.
kind of
She's
thing.
smart. The world doesn't really matter around her, but she needs to solve the problem in order to get to the book. She's like, well, this is what I need to do now. Okay.
Like her face looks so familiar. Like I don't think I've seen this anime, but I feel like I've seen this character somewhere.
This character was a big deal in the 2000s. Like this show was kind of a big deal. Even if you hadn't seen it, she was probably in a lot of anime music videos and all. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, her face is just like ringing. Like I've definitely seen her. I just don't know where.
Yeah.
It must be kind of that. Yeah. So do all of the agents have their own unique power? Like what's Agent
Yeah.
Deep's power?
She can phase through anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she's kind of like a ghost. She can at will, she can like just fall through stuff. There's a lot of cool scenes with her where she's like jumping out of a helicopter and like phasing through a clock tower and like landing and like it's pretty cool. Like yeah, there's this it's just kind of cool to see how like they use their powers and kind of like what they end up doing with them. And I love there's a regular dude who's just kind of like her, I don't know if you call it a caretaker. He's just an army guy who's kind of like assigned to like help them do stuff.
A handler, basically.
Yeah, a handler. And he's awesome. He's great. He's the one that she takes the money from. Because, you know, they're going to have to fight. She's like, sorry, I got to borrow this. And she just takes the money. You know. Yeah, it's a feel good. I don't know if I would call it feel good. It tackles some themes about love and relationships and stuff, which is pretty, you know, of an adult orientation in terms of like how adults would like approach certain relationship aspects, which is kind of refreshing. It's a more, I would say, more of a mature love story and how it looks at like relationships. It's not like real surface level, if that makes sense.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. But yeah, it was an enjoyable 3 episode watch. I enjoyed watching it so much. I immediately went into the next series. I haven't finished it yet, so I won't talk about it once I finally finish it. But this 3-part OVA, I enjoyed watching. Would recommend. I would probably give it. Now, there's some 2000 stuff, like early CG, where they relegated like the CG to like moving gears, like in a factory. You know, stuff that they could get away with, like real easy 3-dimensional objects, where they're like, let's just not animate this, let's just make it 3D. That of course doesn't hold up, and it's kind of jarring, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It's pretty sparse, but it's there. The early showings of like, oh, we can replace stuff with 3D is, you know, creeping its way in here. But that's the only bad thing I could really say about it. And I mean, this is all drawn by hand. Some of the animation cells don't look the best. There's some pretty funny looking people at certain points. Unintentionally.
Yeah.
But I'd give it like this I'd probably give I'll go 8.4.
Ooh, high praise.
Yeah, the story was really enjoyable. I really enjoyed the characters. For as little time as you get 3 30-minute episodes. I enjoyed all the character arcs and kind of where they go with it. Yeah. But I'm also an OVA man, Meshi. It's how I grew up on anime, and I enjoy the form factor. Sometimes it's not always the best at like portraying all the information, but this did a good job of it. So I'd probably, what did I say, 8.4?
Yeah, 8.4.
Yeah, I said 8.4. All right, so you watched a Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you watched a lot of Wes Anderson movies?
Well, he did Scream, right?
Did he do Scream?
Or am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Wes Craven. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was like, it doesn't
Wes
seem
and
like his
Wes.
style. Yeah.
Okay, so what has this fool done?
Um, uh, he's done like Fantastic Mr. Fox. He's done um
I have seen nothing this guy has done. Okay, so I am not a Wes Anderson aficionado. I don't. Is this a? Is he British or something? No, he's an American
I-
director and screenwriter. Huh. Never seen his
he's
movies.
it's very they're very artistically done. Like they're very like
I could tell by the shots just by like looking at like how like they're shooting like this where's the rosary that pops up? Um just a lot of the cinematography and like how she's portrayed and how she's lit. Um like how just that shot composition and how it's lit of kind of like what would you call it? Almost like those old beauty shots where they used to have to like
oh yeah.
directly light with a circular light, like people from an angle or whatever, just to light everything correctly. Um, anyways, go on. I'm sorry.
So the movie like his movies are very much like I'm building a scene. It's gonna be pretty. I'm gonna use everything that's in this shot. Everything has a purpose,
Hmm.
and it's kind of like a lot of times the camera will be like pulled back. So like there's stuff that's going on in the scene that you just can't see until the camera pulls back, but it's like one kind of like big continuous shot rather than like cuts and stuff like that. So it's
Yeah.
very like it has a very interesting pace to them,
Hmm.
and his dialogue and stuff like it's not supposed to be. I don't think it's supposed to be a comedy movie, but like the way that things are like handled in Wes Anderson movies like turns them into comedy movies
Hmm.
in a way. They're like comedy spurts throughout, but everybody is like a deadpan character. Like lines that they deliver, jokes that they tell, they're like so deadpanned, but the way that they're said and like the ridiculous of the situation, it just it's it just works. Like you don't laugh. Like I'd never really like laugh out loud at a Wes Anderson movie, but it like tickles the funny bone in a way that you're like, I'm enjoying this movie.
Yeah.
Every Wes Anderson movie I've ever watched, I've just had a good time just looking at it.
That would have got me.
Um, the, like yeah,
Aside.
like he's he's like throughout the whole movie he's basically someone's hired assassins to kill him
Yeah.
because he has like a vast fortune or whatever.
Yeah.
And like throughout all of the scenes where like an assassin shows up, he will like look at them for like 30 seconds and be like, huh, I think that guy used to work for me. I think he was an assassin for me at one time. I wonder who he works for now. And then like the assassin will try and kill him. And like
Yeah.
immediately after he says that. So in like that elevator scene, he's like, so how long have when was the last time you worked for me? He's like, what are you talking about? It's like, you were an assassin I hired like 6 years ago, and like everyone pulls their guns on him. And he like, oh, it just pops that cyanide pill and drops dead. It's
Yeah.
um and like there's like a running joke where he's like they're like, what is that box in the back? And he's like, what box in the back? He's like, that box right there, the egg cart box. He's like, that egg cart box. He's like, yeah. It's like, oh well, it's hand grenades. He's like, why do you have hand grenades? He's like, oh, because it's easier and more convenient to carry around a hand grenade than it is to carry around ammo and a gun. I find that any situation that a handgun could resolve, a hand grenade could easily resolve it just as well. And and so throughout the movie, he's meeting his business partners, and just every scene is, or every time he meets them is like, "Oh, thank you for coming. I'm so glad that you could be here. Have a hand grenade." And they're like, "Oh, thank you. You're so kind." And they'll just take a hand grenade out of the box,
Yeah. Just not even
uh,
phased.
just not even phased. um, and so it's just like it's enjoyable movie to watch and just to look at and like see all the stuff and the stuff he's trying to highlight and just the deadpan comedy, which I just enjoy immensely. Just like scenes and whatnot. Like Michael Cera is in this movie. I don't think either of us like Michael Cera particularly.
No, not really.
He plays a character called Bjorn, who's
Uh-huh.
like a tutor that the guy carries along, and he's doing some like accent. I can't remember what it's from, or what he says it's from. And then it turns out that he's a spy
Hmm.
for America, and like he's putting on an accent, and he's actually kind of like. Did you ever see Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull?
Yeah, the one with aliens.
Yeah, the one with aliens.
Yeah.
He's basically he turned like when he's revealed and he turns back into his self. He's basically Shia LaBeouf from Indiana Jones. Like
Gotcha.
that's his character from now on. And I was sitting there, I was like, I almost prefer you as Bjorn. Like even though I knew your exit was terrible and that you were a spy the whole time, like you were just much more of an enjoyable character as Bjorn than you were as American Michael Cera. Uh,
Yeah.
so, it's just it's a fun movie. I'm biased because I like Wes Anderson and his weird wacky style. Well, I'm not even gonna call it wacky style. It's kind of artistic, and I just love the way he does comedy. Like I probably give this like an 8.2.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's pretty. I mean, this sounds like just a fun watch because I remember watching. I forgot it was this guy's movies. But he shoots them in a very for the cast that he gets for his films. He's able to do a lot with because people show up and they're like there for a day. Like he has all the shots set up and planned, and actors like show up for the day, and that's how he has so many high level like big name actors. And like his films don't cost nearly as much as a lot of films do.
Oh, okay, that would explain it. Because like I always wonder about his films. Like he's either getting people that just really love his movies that want to do them, or because there's like Tom Hanks and fucking Bill Murray's in all of his movies, and fucking
Scarlett
Willem Dafoe
Johansson
is
was
in
there.
here,
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, he's just
Yeah,
got so many like big names.
yeah, apparently the budget for this film was $30 million and he had all of those people in it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I just saw a short because they talked about how Scarlett Johansson's like the highest paid actress. How did he get her for this film? It's like, oh, she showed up for a day and he had all the shots planned out, and this is just how it works. And he's like, yeah, just show up and okay, I did my stuff and I'm gone. So that's really cool. I completely forgot about that until you mentioned that. That's kind of cool. I think I'd like to check this movie out. Uh, let's see. I think that's all of the stuff. Okay, perfect. So we're a fighting game podcast. We're gonna watch some stuff and react to it. We just got done watching Evo. We watched some Blaze Blue Evo. You know what's annoying in fighting games, Meshi?
What is annoying in fighting games?
Zoners and puppet characters, and that's what Under Night in Birth is adding to their game. 2 years later, they're finally adding
Mother
another new character to this game,
and
and
their
they
zoner.
decided a puppet character was the way to go. And I don't want to come off as rude,
Okay.
but I feel as though puppet characters are a masturbatory act of fighting game developers to be like, look what we can do as far as design a character that can control two separate things that could be do all this, that, and the third. And 99% of like fighting game players don't want anything to do with what comes with a puppet character because it ruins the fun of literally everything. You watched multiple games of Carl Clover kind of knocking you down in the corner and then just putting you in block stun and making you guess over and over again because his sister robot puts you to block stun and he just goes high low and puts you into the same situation over and over again, and it's kind of boring to watch.
Yeah.
I
Very
haven't
boring to watch.
for me there's a particular set of player who loves puppet characters, they're such a minority, I feel. I wanted to see what this puppet character was like. We don't really see all that much of her doing puppet stuff. I mean, she's got like the stand, but like there's a lot of characters in Uni that have like stands. So I wonder how much of a puppet character is. But anyways, they're adding her. I don't care. This game I'm not a fan of this game. No, is what it is. Do you feel anything seeing this Meshi?
No, not much. Like it's kind of like the puppet itself is kind of unique and interesting in its own kind of way. If I'm just looking at like the puppet, like I kind of like that it's just like a giant nail, I guess, or
looks
something
like that.
along that line. Maybe a spike. So I mean, I think that's kind of cool. I don't know how I feel about it transforming into a girl, but I don't really know anything about that character, so maybe it's part of her story about why it's kind of shaped like that.
Me neither, Meshi. Me neither.
But like, I don't really care about puppet characters, and I don't know very many people that play puppet characters other than I just kind of want to see how they play, and then they end up just going back to whatever character they were playing before.
Yeah, like, oh, this is a thing. So Grand Blue versus Fantasy McRising, whatever, is getting a new character, Meshi.
Yeah.
You know who it is?
It's the dragon guy who was like emo or something like that, right?
Yeah, he was kind of edgy. He was kind of like brooding and whatnot. They're adding him to the fighting game.
Across these boundless, turbulent skies.
So, when we played Relink, I really liked Id. I'm a fan of edgy characters. I like them. I'm a bit of a pessimist, if you will.
And even in our moments of doubt,
I'm not the most pleasant of people to be around.
You don't say.
You know, I might be quite rude and hateful at times. So, I like everything about Id until he turns into a dragon, and then he looks really fucking stupid, and it kind of bums me out.
Can't even remember his dragon form. Oh, and you can't avoid that, right?
40 fates resound as one.
Because in the game there was a meter that would constantly build up and then you auto.
And everything he does here, I've already seen it. Looks cool. Like, I like how he animates. He looks cool. Like, the way he swings his sword and stuff. Looks like he's really swinging that thing. Bonk. You know?
What's wrong?
Like, I love the idea of swinging a sword and beating the shit out of you in between swings. And then he turns into a dragon.
I think it's like a dragon install form, or anything. It's actually like part of his kit.
I bet it's a super. I bet it's an install super. Yeah, I think I'd rather him actually turn into like an actual dragon all the way. Like, he can stand upright. I don't like the dumb little jawline and the horn and his face still being there. Like, just make him like a dragon standing upright, right?
Yeah.
You already have dragons in this fucking game. Like, I just don't like this up here.
Yeah, I can see why. Yeah, it also the face is like proportionally way smaller than like that chest, so it doesn't look right.
Yeah, because all the scale and stuff gets put on top of it, right? You know, so his face, his body gets enveloped in scale, and his face is still human size. So I would just rather whatever. But I like this. This is cool. I like this.
Yeah, that's a good shot. Yeah,
it's nice, it's crisp. I like it.
I think his sword looks better than I remember it looking in.
It looks way better here, or cooler than it does, because in the Relink, it looks like a hunk of shit. Like, it looks like a beat up whatever. This looks edgy and cool, but this might be his new sword or something. I don't know. But like that looks cool.
Yeah, it's got some nice like weight swinging to it. I can see why you would like it. Yeah.
So he got announced. So we had some big news happen that, guess what? BlazBlue's getting a new character, and everyone's like, oh my god, BlazBlue's getting a new character? Who could it be? Ragna poofed himself out of existence to save the fucking world or whatever, because he was the problem. He was the Black Grimoire, or whatever the fuck it was. He was the problem, so he's like, fine, I'll sacrifice myself and be the protag that everyone needed. So clearly Arxis has to be doing something with BlazBlue. I wonder if they're gauging or trying to drum up hype again. Maybe a new BlazBlue project happening. I don't think they're going to release another game with the same sprites. I imagine they're going to do like a modern BlazBlue take. Maybe in 3D. Or maybe they'll just release another version and bring out more characters and rework everybody's toolkits again. I don't know. I'm curious what the new director that they put in place. Because Mori got fired. Well, he quit. He got fired after he made the Gacha phone game that failed miserably. He got addicted to Fate. He got addicted to Fate, and he said, I could do this as a BlazBlue phone game. So I could do it too. And it's like, oh, you can't, sweetie. And anyways, so this is a new character that's coming out. And much like BlazBlue, it's the same character with different clothes. Trinity Glass File. So it's just another Platinum, the Trinity character of some regard. You know, yeah, because you always see, like, doesn't Platinum see Trinity like as a, not like a ghost, but kind of as like a whatever talking to them or some bullshit? She's not like physically there for the most part. She's inside. Yeah, they share the same body. Yeah, so it's just, I don't know if my hopes were high. I don't know.
You wanted something more unique.
Yeah, but I am happy that at least they're doing something new, and that there might be more BlazBlue in the future, which would be cool. The last thing I want to look at is RoboKai got shown off, and speaking of expectations, I was really excited about this. I was super excited about it because RoboKai has never looked cooler, in my opinion, from this opening shot. He looks so fucking cool right there. Like, I thought he was going to be a really sick, like, dual katana wielding, like, kind of badass, but kind of goofy with a cool shoulder coat. And that art sold me really hard. And I don't give a shit about RoboKai of the past at all. He's always been a joke character, and I'm not a big fan of joke characters. But that shot's cool.
Love your stuff? Yeah, that shot's pretty cool. You don't like your Dan Hibikis?
I like Dan Hibiki, the fact that was Capcom talking shit to SNK about Rio and Robert.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He's got a Segway with a drill on it?
Yes. And he's got a propeller bicycle with a pony attached. So he's very goofy, you know.
It is very goofy. I like how he detonates himself.
Ooh. I love all of that. I just wish the coat was longer, and I wish the swords were cooler. Because he just looks so cool here, and then you see him, and it's not. I don't know. I was a little let down.
There has to be. If you're gonna put bullets in your sword hilt, it needs a cool bullet-related slash.
Yeah, it needs to shoot out of the sheath and RoboKai to slash.
Yeah.
And you can have him like fall on his face after he does it and do stupid shit. But he needs to look cool for like 2 seconds to be like the shot to happen and then him to slash through and then to like his leg like fall off and him like fall on his face. That's fine. He needs to look a little cool, and it wasn't as cool as I was hoping. That's okay though.
Man, the pinstripe suit though. I mean, it's a good look.
It looks great. I just wish this was longer. They end up like cutting it like below the B in his in-game model. It looks so long and flowing here.
Yeah.
It is what it is. All right. Well, that was a podcast. I didn't expect that to go 2 hours, but apparently it did. I guess we yap.
Yeah. We talk. We're chatty calf.
Yeah. All right. We'll see y'all next week. Goodbye, YouTube.
Goodbye.